Self-defense myth 19. I could easily spot the bad guy. It's simple, isn't it? It's very easy to spot the bad guy who's going to mug us or attack us. He'll be wearing dirty clothing, he'll look dishevelled, he'll have scraggly, unkempt hair, probably a stubble or beard growth. He'll be sort of hunched over. He'll be walking, obviously, with a knife or something in his hand to let us know that he's the bad guy. It's little things like that. It's easy to spot them. They always look homeless or like the drug addicts. Those are the bad guys that are going to attack us, obviously. It's never the well-presented businessman who approaches you, very nice, polite, charming, who is after directions. It's never that guy. It's never ever that guy. It's never the con man. 9 times out of 10, you will not be able to spot the bad guy. You won't be able to spot the bad guy specifically if you've got this idea in your head that you don't need any further education because you already know what you're doing. I can spot the bad guy. How? Bad guys come in all shapes and sizes. They look like everyone and anyone. That's what makes them so effective as bad guys. They don't announce that they're bad guys. A common mugging tactic is to engage with introductory dialogue and ask you something very innocent. How do I get to the train station? Excuse me, sorry to bother you. Do you happen to have the time? It's little disarming questions that we want to help people, so we're going to answer. And as soon as we go, oh, this guy isn't going to attack me, I must help him, that's when they slip through, because you've already lowered your guard. So it's probably another video in this, I think, for me to actually go through it fully. These clips, I'm trying to keep them as short as possible, but don't just assume that you know what the bad guy's going to look like. In the BCA course I did, British Combat Association course I was on, they've got a booklet that they handed out that summed it up perfectly. You've got a known threat and you've got an unknown threat. There's no such thing as no threat at all. So take that with you. Don't just assume that this person coming to you is nice. Don't assume that the person who looks like a dishevelled homeless drug addict is going to be a mugger. I get that we shouldn't judge people by their appearance. We do. Sometimes we don't when we should. But for the most part, be aware, be alert, don't lower your guard. Don't be on code white, be code yellow at least at all times when interacting with people. If you are walking from point A to point B and someone tries to stop you to ask you something, ignore them, keep walking. They're gonna yell names at you as you go. Keep walking, there's no need to engage anybody. You do not know who the bad guys are. You don't know if the person is following you because they're going to attack you, or if they're following you because they're undercover police and they know you're about to get mugged by the bad guy and they're going to jump. Don't hang around to find out. Keep walking. Don't put your head down and keep walking. Head up, chin up, be completely observant of everything around you, but don't just assume that because this person looks nice and polite and charming, or that they're good looking, that they're not going to be trying to rip you off or mug you or attack you. It happens that way all the time. So don't assume that you know who the bad guys are. Don't assume that you can spot a bad guy, because chances are you can't. Until next time, stay safe.